Welcome back once again to a Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and in this episode we are looking at the Shiro Kamo Aogami Super Petty 120mm knife. This knife does have a core steel. It's a 3-layer sandwich, and the core is Aogami or Blue Paper Super reactive carbon steel from Hitachi. The heat treat's about 63 to 64 Rockwell on that, so fairly hard. The construction is a soft iron cladding on each side of that. You've got kind of a matte sandblast style finish. You can see the core steel peeking through there, and then they put a flat black Kudauchi finish on top of that for extra corrosion protection. The weight on the knife is pretty light, 2.3 ounces, about 66 grams. The edge length, which I measure the curve of the edge from the tip to the chin or the back of the bottom of the blade, is about 120 millimeters, 4.7 inches. Overall length about 250 millimeters, a little under 10 inches. The spine thickness coming out of the handle above the back of the blade is about 2.8 millimeters, but then it thins down a bit off that and then holds that until you get to the very, very tip where the grind kicks in, and it's quite thin right at that very tip. The blade height is fairly tall for a 120. This is about 31 millimeters. And if there ever was a petty that kind of looked like a mini Gyuto or even Santoku, this might be it. If you look at that shape there, it's just scaled down. The handle's very nicely done. It is an octagonal ambidextrous rosewood black Packawood ferrule. Really nice fit and finish on the handle. Nice and stall, nice and tight, and real smooth all the way through. It's a really nice handle. These are just nice to look at. The fit and finish on the blade is quite good. They've got just a little bit of relief on the spine and on the choil, the back of the blade here, and it's really quite comfortable out of the box. You've got a nice curve there to put your finger if you want to do a pinch grip. With a petty, there might be a variety of grips you use. This is small enough that's a little bit tall for a 120, but depending on the size of your hand, you might be able to do some pairing tasks with this or detail work. So it's got a variety of things you can do with it. It is tall enough that you can get some board work on it if you we'll take a look at that. The out-of-the-box edge, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It really does clean up nice. I went ahead and sharpened it just to test it out. But it's a decent edge out of the box, but you can do much better if you are a reasonably good sharpener. You can see the core steel showing through. It's a very nice looking blade. This gets quite thin down at the edge, and the tip is pretty darn thin as well. This is a pretty high performance knife. The tip goes through stuff very, very well, so very pleasurable to use this knife. Let's take a look at it on our cutting board, because this one you might be putting on a board. Change my focus here a little bit. Excuse me. There we go. So here's what it looks like on a cutting board. Continuous curve, but it has enough. I'm a little awkward here with how I'm holding this, but it's got enough height that you can do a little bit of board work with this. So it's going to be a pretty versatile knife. Really nicely constructed. You can tell they put some time in the effort and the grinds and the quality of the blade. You've got some hand chiseled kanji here, although it does lose being filled in by the Kudauchi finish. So really nice small petty, a 120 millimeter, kind of a mini Gyuto style. The Shiro Kamo Aogami Super Petty, a 120 millimeter.